Tonight, Tertiary Student Entrepreneurship Initiative, Vice President tasked students to add value to raw exported materials. Recurring floods. Flood deaths unacceptable, Minister says. Fight against poor sanitation. Ghana loses $290 million annually to poor sanitation. Even Chambers rejects vigilantism. Dr. Chambers hails Sheikh Osman for his role in resolving conflicts. Ghana-Suriname relations. Ghana-Suriname signed bilateral agreements. And Stonebwoy releases Sugar video. Artist collaborates with Beanie Man. Hello there, good evening. Thank you for joining us on the evening edition of the updates on DGN and on Facebook Live at Daily Guide Africa with me, Godwin Nambo. Now, Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia has tasked students at the tertiary level to take center stage in moving Ghana's economy from a raw material export-dependent one to that of value addition. He said that could be achieved through innovation and entrepreneurship to address the growing unemployment in Africa. The Vice President stated, and I quote, "Anytime we export raw materials to feed the industries of other countries, we are unknowingly exporting jobs along with it, and we are also exporting income and improvement in living standards for the receiving countries." Dr. Bawumia added that the growing number of educated youth, coupled with their easy access to the internet, provide a positive force for development. The Vice President, who was launching Student Entrepreneurship Initiative (SEI) at the University of Ghana on Tuesday, said the time has come for the introduction of entrepreneurship initiatives in academic institutions. On the other hand, he said such a human and technological resource, if not well harnessed, could lead to socio-economic crisis. The theme for the launch was Innovation and Entrepreneurship Solutions to Ghana's Graduate Unemployment. Minister of Business Development Ibrahim Mohamed Awal challenged heads of tertiary institutions to annually provide 100 students with bankable projects that will be supported by the ministry. He said that though the country does not suffer from a dearth of entrepreneurs, there was the need to develop entrepreneurs who would create large avenues for growth and employment. Furthermore, the SEI Tertiary, which is targeting 20 institutions this year, will be extended to 40 tertiary institutions by the end of next year. From Education to Sanitation, Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources Cecilia Abena-Dapaah has indicated that it is unacceptable for people to continue to die from floods in Ghana. The minister made a call on Tuesday, April 23rd, while addressing journalists at the Ministry of Information. She reiterated that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has made available 197 million Ghana cedis for the dredging of drains across major parts of the country. The Sanitation and Water Resources announced that her outfit was collaborating with other ministries to ensure that gutters in major parts of the country, especially Accra, were closed. The minister did not give specific timelines as to when the process of closing gutters would start, but she indicated that it was to prevent residents from dumping refuse in them, as has been the practice over the years. The minister emphasized that the government is committed to implement short-term measures to mitigate the impact of floods on lives, farmlands and property within the White Volta Basin due to heavy rainfall both in Ghana and Burkina Faso and spillage from the Baga Reservoir in Burkina Faso. As part of the processes, she disclosed that a ministerial task force chaired by the Minister of Food and Agriculture, Dr. Owusu-Efiri Yakoto, has been established. The minister called for attitudinal change among the masses as part of efforts to address the poor situation in the country. Still on sanitation, Ghana is reportedly losing a whopping $290 million annually in the fight against poor sanitation across the country. Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources Cecilia Abena-Dapaah made this known to journalists on Tuesday in Accra while citing a study done by the Water and Sanitation Program of the World Bank. The study, she says, found that the amount is equivalent to $12 per person per year in Ghana, which translates to 1.6% of the national gross domestic product's GDP. She said that according to the 2019 report released by the Ministry of Monitoring and Evaluation, 75% of the solid waste generated in the urban centers is now properly managed. These strategies and measures adopted by the ministry to improve on the sanitation situation in the country are guided by the vision of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of making Accra the cleanest city in Africa. The minister added that the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, in collaboration with the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, has stepped up its monitoring efforts to ensure enhanced service delivery by the MMDAs and members of the Environmental Services Providers Association (ESPA) within the Greater Accra Metropolitan Area (GAMA) in particular, and across the whole country in general. Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel, Dr. Mohamed Ibn Chambers, has asked the two main political parties, New Patriotic Party (NPP) and National Democratic Congress (NDC) in Ghana, to disband their vigilante groups. He said vigilantism remains a major threat to Ghana's democracy. Speaking at a lecture to commemorate the 100th years anniversary of the National Chief Imam Sheikh Osman Nuh Sharabutu yesterday in Accra, as part of a series of activities, he said political parties must practicalize the ideals of the Chief Imam in order to sustain peace in the country. Dr. Chambers described the cleric as a champion of religious tolerance, born leader and unifier, whose actions have prevented a full-blown conflict in the country. He urged Ghanaians to support the birthday boy to continue with his good works to keep the peace in the country. An overwhelmed Sheikh Osman Nuh Sharabutu thanked Allah for his grace and mercies and expressed profound gratitude to the government and people of Ghana for the love and affection showed him. And now, the governments of Ghana and Suriname have signed bilateral agreements to solidify their determination to work towards economic cooperation for mutual benefits. The four agreements include a memorandum of understanding on the establishment of a political consultation mechanism between the Ministries of Foreign Affairs of Ghana and Suriname, and a visa exemption for holders of diplomatic and service passports of the two countries. Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration Shelley Ayoko Botre and her counterpart, Minister of Foreign Affairs for Suriname, Yildiz Polak Begle, signed on behalf of their respective governments. In her brief remarks before the signing of the document, Mrs. Botre said the signing of the agreements demonstrates the desires of the two countries to translate their relationship into concrete projects for the mutual benefit of the two countries. She emphasized the need for the establishment of a Ghana-Suriname Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation, which is the ideal framework for the agreement signed between the two countries. The sector minister further urged the two countries to go beyond the agreement signed to initiate other trade-related instruments such as agreements on the avoidance of double taxation and a bilateral investment treaty to guarantee investment for both economies. Mrs. Botre further extended an official invitation to the people of Suriname to participate in a year of return activities aimed at fostering diaspora relations. She later extended her congratulations for the opening of the Embassy of Suriname in Ghana and expressed Ghana's desire to also establish a diplomatic representation in Paramaribo to help strengthen bilateral ties and promote issues of mutual interest. Suriname's Foreign Affairs Minister reciprocated the well wishes from her counterpart and assured her of the continuous support of her government.
Hustle for the money, work for the money. I see they pray for the money, die for the money. Don't forget to banana. I see they shake your back for the banana. They rise up the man, them banana.
And we wrap it up with entertainment news now. Dancehall artist Stonebwoy seems to be having the time of his life, from recent deal with Samsung to a scheduled tour and now a collaboration with legendary dancehall artist Anthony Moses Davis, widely known as Beanie Man. Stonebwoy released a video of his single Sugar with Beanie Man yesterday, which is already garnering thousands of views on YouTube. However, this isn't the first time Stonebwoy has collaborated with international acts. The likes of Sean Paul, also a dancehall legend, Morgan Heritage, and many others have collaborated with the Kokeke hitmaker. Obviously, Stonebwoy is bent on going global.
Girl travel from Africa to Canada, so me draw for me share like a baba. Hey, Beanie Man, we are the girl them sugar. Sometime and the girl them banana. We are the girl them sugar. Sometime and the girl them banana. We are the girl them sugar. Sometime and the girl them banana. The girl them sugar. Sometime and the girl them banana. Oh, yeah, sang baba da bada bada.
We'll be excited to hear from you, so get in touch with us on our social media platforms at Daily Guide Network on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, or personally with me at Godwin Nambo. And for more in-depth stories of today's stories, visit our website at dailyguidenetwork.com. The update is brought to you by Diamond Cement and powered by Press Express. As always, many thanks for watching. My name is Godwin Nambo. Have a good evening.